everybody. Welcome back to the Royal Read. I am so glad you decided to stop by and see what I'm reading on. But before we get started, you already know I ask you every single day. You know why? Because we are building a tribe over here. We are building a community. And let me let you in on a little tea. This right here is the best community on these internet streets. And if you want to be a part of it, you know what you need to do. Go in these settings right here. Yes, look around, find that subscribe button and go ahead on and subscribe. And while you're in there, hit your notification bell too so you'll know when I upload or when I just want to pop in. And give me a thumbs up to fight my nemesis, the beast, the algorithm. Whew, I'm telling you, it's hand to hand combat. It is. Also, I just want to give a shout out and a big thank you to everybody that supports the channel by watching the commercials. I just want to let you know that it's so important, and I just thank you so very much. I know it's hard when you see that skip button and you choose not to push it because when you don't, you are really, really supporting the channel, and I am so grateful, so thankful for that support because that's what it is. It's you supporting the channel. Also, right about here, that's our join button. That's for channel memberships. And if you choose to become a channel member and a part of the reading club, you will be supporting my channel to grow, to improve, and to continue. And I will be so grateful, so thankful, so over the moon appreciative to have your support. Also, if you just want to do a one-time donation, our super thanks button is right over there, and all donations to the channel is always, and let me add a extra always in there, always greatly appreciated. All right, y'all, I do have some shout outs. First, I want to shout out Cece. Cece, you are becoming a ride or die, aren't you? You keep coming through. And Cece, thank you for supporting this channel. I know you don't have to, and I'm so appreciative that you do. You see something in my little channel and you keep supporting it, and it means so much. So thank you for supporting, and thank you for the super thanks. Also, I want to shout out Elegant Paws. What can I say about Elegant Paws? Elegant Paws is just everything. And it just means everything. When I go in the comments and see Elegant Paws in there, it just makes my day. Elegant Paws is just a ride or die. And I am so grateful to have Elegant Paws as a part of this community. It is everything. So thank you, Elegant Paws. Thank you for the super thanks. And just thank you for being you. I just am happy every time I go in those comments and see you. I'm just saying. All right, y'all. With all that said, let's get to the read. Y'all know we always have a lot. And y'all know when I am putting the read together, y'all know what I do. I hit these internet streets. And that's exactly what I have been doing today. If y'all notice, I have been in these internet streets all day. I have. I even put out a pop up. And if you hadn't watched the pop up, go watch the pop up because listen, I've been in these streets all day. I have. And it has been a battle. Those Rangers have lost their rabbit minds. That's what my grandmother used to say. I don't know if a rabbit is smart or not, but she used to say that. She said, "You done lost your rabbit mind." And I believe they have lost theirs. And it has been a battle, but it is so funny to me how they just lose their SHIT every time Megan comes out and just blows them up. I mean, she just blows the spot up because they wasn't looking for that. They were hoping against hope that Netflix was going to drop Harry and Meghan. And what happened? Netflix is investing in Harry and Meghan, especially Meghan. And I just love it for them. I do. And this is just their way of trying to salvage anything. I mean, just anything that they can hold on to. Because at the end of the day, they're on the wrong side of history. And it kind of hurts when you start finding that out. I'm just saying. So these are what are the last death throes of their smear campaign. That's what it is. They are in the last throes of that. And it's always the hardest nearing the end. And so we just need to keep on pushing back. That's what I was saying in my comments today. One of the commenters was talking about, do we have to talk about everything? Yeah, we do. And I told this commenter that we talk about it because if we don't talk about it, if we don't push back on it, if we don't call it out for the nonsense that it is, then those are the only voices that are out there. I have yet to see anything come of anybody ignoring somebody who is acting out. Because at the end of the day, all the attention is going to go to the one that's acting out. You have to push back on that nonsense. And like I said, this is what this channel is about. And I explained that to him. But I digress. I was on all the social media platforms. I was on Blue Sky. I just poked my head a little bit in at TikTok because y'all know TikTok will absolutely kill about 2 or 3 hours if you just go in there for, in your mind, you say, I'm going to stay about 15 minutes. And before you know it, you have lost about 2 or 3 hours over there on TikTok. So I just poked my head in. Then I headed to Instagram, and the Instagram squatties are all over the place talking about all kinds of stuff. I went over there and stalked Meghan a little bit because I'm always paranoid that I'm going to miss something because I missed her Insta story when she posted about Harry after his speech. Well, after Justin Trudeau's speech. I missed it. I slept on it. And so we all know Insta stories, they go away. So I miss it. So ever since then, I be stalking Megan. I do. So I was over there stalking her and seeing what the Instagram squatties were doing. And like I said, they're all over the place, dragging people a little bit. And then I made my way over to X, formerly known as Twitter. And, yeah, the squatties over there is just dragging everybody. I saw one squatty, they were even dragging a store owner whose name was, the store owner's name was as ever. And so this squatter was dragging them. I tell you, they don't know we are tenacious kind of people. We are very tenacious. But we never ever give up. And we definitely will never give up on Harry and Meghan. We will never give up on this fight. Until they stop, we won't stop. We can just tenacious that way. I'm just saying. And like I said, I went over to X, formerly known as Twitter. I love to call it the sewer. It's getting better because my block button, I have worn it out with all the nonsense that come across my timeline, and it has gotten better, I must say. And the squatties over to X, formerly known as Twitter, like I was saying before, they are dragging everybody that needs to be dragged. They are really dragging the Derangers and all this nonsense. They even dragging the mayor in that small Spanish town. And I mean, just everybody is getting drugged. I'm telling you. And I must say, I joined in a little bit. Now, I didn't drag the mayor or anything like that, but I definitely joined in on dragging some of these derangers because this nonsense is so unnecessary and so easily debunked. And it's just ridiculous. But like I said, it's all about the pushback. I know a lot of squatters do not agree with that. They think that you should be mute, that you should ignore. But it's a lot of us who don't believe that. And I really feel that where the progress has been made is when squatties absolutely get down right there with them and drag them for the filth that they are. That's my opinion. And I really feel like I see some results after a lot of squatties agreed with me. But I digress. Let's get to the read. Like I said, it's a lot to talk about, and I am going to start with this right here. Look at this. This is the new page for Meghan's brand. It is, as ever, it is new. It has changed from American Riviera Orchard. It has completely changed, and now it gives you the logo and by Meghan, and it says established in 2025 as ever.com. So here is the complete page. Now, yesterday in my podcast, they had changed the name to as ever, but not the logo or anything like that. But here it is. It's all changed. It's all new, and it looks beautiful. And I love that logo. I do. It really looks good in that gold and white. Now, in blue and white, it was cute, but I love it in the gold and white. Y'all tell me what y'all think, but I really love it in the gold and white. And this particular squatty posted that and said this. And this particular squatty said this, let's go. And it has the little dancing ladies. I love the little dancing ladies emoji. I just do. And it says, I love this as it goes. As ever official by Meghan. And it has some more little dancing ladies. Y'all know I love it. And it said, I remember praying for the things I have now. Meghan's survival, peace of mind, and freedom was among those things a lot of people around the world prayed for her. It's just so beautiful and satisfying to see it come to fruition. What is the lie? There it is. There it is. It has come to real life. There it is. I love it. I do. All right, y'all, I'm going to put this up. And I know I put another picture of this Spanish town's coat of arms, but it was the tile one. So they have kind of two different ones. And this is the one, I guess, that's on their flag or whatever. I don't know, but this is another one of them. You see, it's a little different from the one I put up before. But come on now. This is ridiculous. Meghan's and this is totally and absolutely different. Like I said, Meghan's is made up of lines. This one is made up of pictures. But I digress. This particular squatter said this. Meghan, as ever, a few years ago, I was in this part of Spain and the blatant racism towards me and my family was troublesome. I never spoke of it until now. They need to fix their racism and leave Meghan alone. These logos are not the same. Now, I knew it was a lot of racism, they said, in some parts over there. Evidently, this squatty had a really, really bad experience. I'm just saying. All right, y'all, I'm going to put this up. And this particular squatty said this. As ever, NYC. Y'all remember I mentioned that in the pop-up. This is the business that makes, I think, women clothing, and these older Rangers had got in their comments trying to encourage this particular company to sue Meghan, talking about that she was infringing on their trademark. All kind of nonsense they were talking in the comments. I mean, just old vicious, hateful stuff. Just showing who they were. And this particular squatty came in to give us a little knowledge on as ever NYC. And this is what this squatty says. As ever, NYC is not a registered brand. Now, there you go. That's the reason why Meghan can have as ever, because as ever, NYC is not a registered brand. It is not trademarked. And Meghan's Markle's brand, as ever, is. Let's say it again one more time for the people in the back. And Meghan Markle's brand, as ever, is trademarked. I mean, it's as if these people have no sense. And basically, they don't, because it's not about facts for them, it is about fantasy, to absolutely maintain this fantasy that they have in their head, trying to justify it. They are desperately running around like a chicken with his head cut off, trying to find something to justify this irrational hate they have for a woman that they don't even know. Can you? I mean, that sounds so crazy, doesn't it? And they don't see how crazy they are and don't understand why we call them derangers, because this is deranged behavior. I mean, trying to get this company to sue someone who has a legal trademark. You're trying to get someone that doesn't have one to sue the one that does. This is crazy. I mean, and it says she has nothing to worry about. There you go. Because you know the squatties are going to do their due diligence. And when they say that Megan has nothing to worry about, and I knew it, I knew she did. Because one thing Megan is not, and that's sloppy. She don't do sloppy business. She leaves that to the people across the pond to do that. Tell them old sloppy lies. The ones like the farm market Kate and, that Frankenstein picture and all kinds of old sloppy lies that they perpetrate and plant in the press. That's not Megan. Megan does not do sloppy. I'm just saying. And I love this picture down here. You see it? It says, as ever, stay mad, die mad, and about it. I love that. Stay mad and die mad. All I can say is I love it. Also, I wanted, when I saw this, I said just have to add it to the podcast because they acting like it's such a big deal that Megan changed the name of her brand. And look at this. Kim Kardashian, before it was Skims, it was Kimono. And it says Kim Kardashian gets candid about changing the name of her shapewear brand from Kimono to Skims. What Megan did is what people do who run a business. They start out this way and they change it to another way. If you look at this channel has progressed, and that's the way things are. They progress. They have a consistency, but then they also are changing. They have something that's, is a strand of consistency in them, but it's also things around them that change. And Kim Kardashian has a very successful business, Skims, and it started out kimono. I'm just saying. And this particular squatty said this: all marketing expert, you'll never catch Kim Kardashian doing this. She wouldn't change her name or her brand. Kim Kardashian, she did exactly that. It started out as kimono and then ended up as Skims. They're always talking, never ever thinking about looking for the facts, but we all know that the squatties will come with the receipts. I mean, it's just ridiculous. They always talking out the side of their necks. And I'm gonna put this up, and it says, "Who's gonna tell these people that the products are already made in the warehouse? Where is the lie?" Because Megan said on her video that this was ready to go. She had been working on this for months and months and months. Everything is setting already. These people are ridiculous. And it goes on to say the show is already produced and ready to roll out on March 4th. It is no changing. Everything is ready. Next project. Didn't they hear her say she couldn't manufacture under that name? It's already in the hopper. Everything is sitting already right now. I love it. I love it. All right, y'all. I'm going to put this up. And this particular squatter said this: it's crazy how people who obsess over every detail about Harry and Meghan don't really know anything. Ooh, Lord, is that not the truth? Look how the squatties just came in and just absolutely blew everything up. All the lies that they had made up, all of the research. Well, I don't think they even did research. They were just looking for anything that they could hold on to try to absolutely resist truth coming in that bubble that they call that bubble of hate that they encircle themselves in. I mean, it is ridiculous. I mean, going way to a small town in Spain. That is crazy. It's crazy. And searching and trying to find any company that has the name as ever. It's crazy. And none of them are trademarked. Only Megan, who has the name, is trademarked. It's ridiculous what these people do, and it absolutely needs to be studied. This has to be some kind of mental illness. I have said this in the past. The Ranger syndrome needs to be in the DSM-4. It absolutely do. These people are crazy and they need to be diagnosed as such. I'm just saying. But this goes on to say, Megan said products as in plural are ready to launch as early as March 4th. Open your ears. Imagine how long this has been in the works and how many people have been working behind the scenes. This thing is ready to go. We are sitting on ready. I just said that the hopper is already loaded up and they are ready to post the products and ship them out. This is what Megan was saying. This They are already in the warehouse, and these people think they're going to stop something with this nonsense talking about you need to get a lawyer to a company that doesn't even have a trademark for the name. These people, I cannot, y'all. I'm gonna put this up. And this squatty said this: the Rangers are not coping well with Meghan Markle. They are truly pissed. I tell you, they have lost their little rabbit minds. I said that earlier. It says, imagine living your life hating on someone and wishing them a downfall, only for that person to keep being bigger and better each day. Is real life HD TV. And you gotta still watch it from the front seat. I'm telling you, it must be horrible for them because they keep on rooting and thinking that it's going to eventually going to come tumbling down for Harry and Meghan. I told y'all about how Little Tooth, Big Tooth, and Pie Face Taz was talking back and forth on the Twitter machine saying that this was going to be the year that Harry and Meghan got a divorce, and they were going back with their reasoning why that was going to happen. And and then what happens? Meghan and Harry show up at Invictus more in love than they have ever been. And the Valentine post just blew them out the water. It's so horrible for them because they keep on saying she's going to fail in business. And then what happens? Meghan comes in and said this $452 billion company is investing and partnering with her. The same company they have been saying that was going to drop Megan at any time is now partnering with her. It must be so hard for them to keep the fever at 104 in those fevered minds of them. It must be so hard because Megan just keeps on winning. It must be so annoying to them. That's the reason they walk around looking so ugly. I mean, that's why I don't, I call them old ugly hags for a reason. It must be a heavy, heavy burden to carry around all that hate for a woman you don't even know. I'm just saying. All right, y'all, I'm going to put this up. And while all these derangers are all in Meghan and Harry's business, y'all know last week they were in Harry's business at Invictus. This week they're in Meghan's business. And they're constantly hating on this couple that they don't even know. This particular squatty wanted to remind them of something. And it says, meanwhile, William stole the whole Earthshot idea from A to Z, and no one said anything. I can't with these arrangers. I can't. Where is the lie? Will not stole everything. And he even admitted it when he went to Boston. That was the reason why he went to Boston, because that's where the Kennedys are. And he admitted that he stole Earthlock from Earthshot. He did. And we all know that the early childhood that Kitty Cat is supposed to be champion was stolen from a 10-year-old girl. That's all they do is steal. But yet and still they thinking that they trying to police Harry and Meghan all the time. Somehow it is just their life's mission. It is the most ridiculous thing, but all I can say to that, it must be miserable. Like that Squatty said earlier, it must be miserable to have to take L after L after L. I'm telling you, they take loss after loss after loss. Like they started this whole controversy about the name, about the logo, and it has fallen spectacularly apart. And they have to take another L on that too. It's ridiculous because, of course, the squad is going to rush in and just show them for the fools that they are with the receipts. With the receipts. And it is hilarious to see the draggings that are going on over there on X, formerly known as Twitter. And it's nothing but facts being laid down when it comes to the squatties. These people are ridiculous. I'm just saying. They are just absolutely ridiculous. And it must really, really suck being them. I'm just saying. All right, I want to put this up, and I just found this so delightful. It says, I cannot with y'all. The cake stand Meghan used for Archie and Lily's Valentine breakfast has sold out. Tell me we are not ready for we are not ready for as ever. Tell me we're not ready for that. We are ready when we are buying out the plates, anything that we see. I and you know how we blew up that Valencia key bracelet. So yes, we are so ready for as ever. And they are not going to ruin it for us. You know, they will not. We will not have it. And I am just loving it. I just cannot wait. I cannot wait. All right, y'all. I'm gonna put this up because we're gonna shift gears a little bit. I saw this, and it's by Kaiser. Now, I'm not gonna use the article that Kaiser wrote, because she does the article in an article. But I just wanted to use this as an opening to tell you why I was going to um, present the article that I did. And it says King Charles is mad at Invictus 2027 stealing Camilla's 80th birthday thunder. Yes, you heard it right. They done started that nonsense already, talking about she gonna turn 80 in 2027. And because the Invictus Games are going to be in Birmingham, England now, not in London, where she's at, somehow it's going to just steal her thunder like she ever had any thunder to steal. I'm just saying. But I'm going to put this up, and this squatty had this to say about that and said, oh, have they announced the date in July 2027? Who told them it's around the 17th? Who's saying she'll be around? Squatties are not playing with them. I cannot believe this squatter said, who says she gonna be around in 2027? Why you so worried about that? Oh my goodness, talk about her 80th birthday. I tell you what, I am not gonna bet on anybody's life of who gonna be around in 2027 and who's not. But my whole thing is they done started the nonsense already. They have started this nonsense already, and I knew it was going to be this way. Now, this whole thing under it, I'm not going to read it because it's about what Charles is saying and whatnot, and I have an article that addresses that. But I just wanted y'all to hear this squatty say, who's to say she gonna be here? Who says she gonna be here in 2027? Why are you so worried? Why are you so pressed? I'm just saying, who to say he gonna be here? Why is he talking? You know what I'm saying? For someone who is getting weekly cancer treatments, he keeps pushing the future up and up and up. You remember they gave out, saying that he was going to go on a tour in 2026 to America. Now they're saying that he is worried about Harry stealing Camilla's thunder in 2027. He ain't planning on going anywhere. His cancer is just as performative as it can be. Because who do you know look like Charles, behave like Charles, work as much as Charles, and has had cancer treatment for what? Over a year. Well over a year he has had cancer treatment. It is unheard of. It is unprecedented. And it's a lie. I'm just saying. Because why are they keep telling us that it's a lie? Because I have never known somebody to continue to have cancer treatment every week for over a year. I'm just saying. But I'm going to put this up. This is an article I found from GB News. And it says Prince Harry risks King Charles' wrath amidst Queen Camilla's clash. That's what they saying. 2027. 2027. They talking about he mad. This is ridiculous. And my whole thing is, why is he all of a sudden mad? Because it's been almost over a year since they announced that the games were going to be in Birmingham, England in 2027. Did his government not do everything that they could to win that bid for them to come, to be hosting in 2027? Maybe he should have talked to them before all of this went down about his wife's birthday and informed them that that was more important to him than his son's event that helped so many people, changed so many lives. That was not a concern to you as much as it is for your horse's birthday. I mean, I don't understand why all of a sudden. I'm just saying. But let's go on. It says Prince Harry has risked sparking King Charles' fury as the Invictus Games is set to clash with a milestone birthday for Queen Camilla. This is the nonsense that they're planning in the press. They started it already. And it goes on to say the Duke of Sussex sporting competition will return to the UK in 2027, marking the first time it has been hosted in England since its inaugural games in 2014. The games will take place in Birmingham in July 2027. They hadn't even said what the actual date in 2027 is going to be. Her birthday, I think, is on the 17th. What they gonna have to do with her birthday if the games are not on the 17th? And my whole thing is this. I got to say this. They always talking about Harry and Meghan overshadowing them. Why is the problem always Harry and Meghan? Why don't you get you some shine and you won't have to worry about anybody overshadowing you? Because Harry and Meghan don't worry about anybody overshadowing them. They just live their lives. But these folks over here don't do anything but complain and bitch and whine about somebody overshadowing them. That says everything you need to know about what's going on with them. It says that they absolutely are mediocre. They're subpar. Megan can't go to lunch in Montecito without those folks over there complaining that they're being overshadowed. I mean, get some shine. Get some shine, because the problem is not with the people who are overshadowing you. It's with you that you don't have the ability to stop them from doing so. It's ridiculous. I'm just saying. And it goes on to say King Charles' wife was born on July 17th, 1947. The monarch is planning multiple events centering on a Thanksgiving service at St. George Chapel in Windsor to mark the Queen's 80th birthday. My whole thing is a Thanksgiving ceremony for Camilla, for a bed hopper, Camilla. I guess he's thankful she was a bed hopper. That's all I can think of. But it goes on to say Prince Harry, founder of the Invictus Games in 2014 when he was still a working member of the royal family. That's all they can claim. He founded them, but he still was a member of the royal family. Don't forget. And they talking about King Charles and Prince William both attended the games in London 11 years ago. But boy, has things changed. We have absolutely saw exactly who those people are. And it says Prince Harry is currently not speaking on speaking terms with the Prince of Wales or Queen Camilla. And Harry is just fine and dandy with that. I'm just saying. And then it goes on to a whole lot of other stuff. But basically, they saying that Charles is angry because Harry's Invictus games are going to be in July of 2027, and his horse will be 80 years old that same month. And he got all these plans, and somehow the Invictus games is going to overshadow the horse. But my whole thing is, if you had if you had kept your marriage together with Diana, and she had been queen right now, you wouldn't have this problem. You only have this problem because you decided to absolutely get rid of the real queen, the queen of hearts, and go with your horse, another man's horse to be exact. An old horse that had been ridden by just about everybody in the United Kingdom. That's the old nag that you decide to make queen. I'm just saying. Y'all, I want to put this up. And this I found in People. And this says King Charles reacts to meeting athlete who competed in Prince Harry's Invictus Games. Yes, he was over there meeting athletes. He now, after the Invictus Games are over, he want to go over and meet military athletes and try to, I don't know, mop up the fact that he could have cared less while the Invictus Games and Great Britain, all of these war heroes was over there on the world stage competing in the Invictus Games. He ignored them. And then afterwards, here he comes trying to get a positive news story by doing some nonsense like this. And it says the king spoke with an alumni who previously won gold for Great Britain while visiting the Center of Injured Studies and Imperial College, London. And you know what? Charles looked good. Charles ain't got no cancer. Never have. He was outed as a racist and he used cancer to cleanse him. That's what that was about. Him and Kitty Cat both. I said it, I put it out there. That's my belief. Because look at him. Look at him. He don't look like nobody who had no cancer. That's ridiculous. I'm just saying. All right, and it says, this article says, on February 19th, the king met with David Henson during a visit at the Center for Injured Studies at Imperial College London, where they spoke about the power of sport to help heal. What does that sound? What does that sound like? That sounds like Invictus games, doesn't it? Yes, he over there trying to pretend like he care. They know how bad that look, but they don't care how it looks because at the end of the day, it's about their pettiness that matters to them. And then they'll go and do some nonsense like this to try to curb the public's opinion of them. Yes, he over there. And it says, where they spoke about the power of sport to help heal. King Charles 76 made a stop to highlight UK support for injured service personnel in Ukraine and amidst the Russian invasion ahead of the third anniversary of the conflict next week. Yes. He couldn't say anything last week when the Invictus game was going on, but here he is over there trying to mop up, as I said, because what does talking about made a stop to highlight the UK support for injured service personnel in Ukraine? Yes, he want to pretend like he actually support injured service personnel, but yet and still he stood silent. He faded to black last week during the Invictus games. And here he is showing up on a Wednesday with this nonsense. I'm just saying. And it goes on to say Hansen, who demonstrated the use of a vital reality biofeedback technology to aid rehabilitation following limb loss, had a conversation with the king about his personal journey, which included competing in Harry's Invictus Games, the adaptive sports competition that he founded in 2014. He had to be faced with that because just so happened the person that he was there to see do the demonstration had participated in the Invictus Games. He participated in the inaugural Invictus Games back in 2014, and I think they said he also participated in 2016. Yes, yes, and he had to be faced with that. I don't think he probably was expecting that the person that he was coming to see, because basically he was coming there after Invictus game to try to save some face on how him and William had behaved during the Invictus games. That's the way they do, trying to pretend like they actually care. The performance and ran up on somebody who actually told him who had really helped him was Prince Harry, the Invictus Games in 2014 and 2016. And then it goes on to say, Charles asked him this, are you still taking part in games and sports? The king asked Hanson, who was made a MBE for his service to the military in 2014 and earned a PhD in amputee biomechanics from Imperial College London in 2020. So I'm a touch too old, I think, the veteran said in footage published by Hello Magazine. I did the Invictus Games in 2014. Busted. He busted him because y'all know Charles and William tried to avoid Invictus like a vampire tries to avoid the sunlight. This is what they do. They absolutely tried to avoid it. And here he was face to face with someone who had benefited from what Harry had created. And it goes on to say, I did the Invictus in 2014, the Invictus Games in 2016, the Paralympics in 2016, and I stayed one of the trustees of Invictus Games until the end of 23. So I've certainly been involved with it, he explained. After Dave Hansen gave him all that info, you know what King Charles III said? Fantastic. That's it. He didn't say, anything about what Harry had done or anything. That's all he said was fantastic. You know what? I just cannot with Charles and William. I cannot with these people. I mean, what a piece of you know what. Your son created this huge thing, and you cannot be proud of him because you're too busy being jealous of him. I'm just saying. All right, I'm going to put up a picture. This is a picture of Dr. Dave Hansen with Harry and Meghan in 2020. He was on the board of trustees of Invictus. Charles didn't know he was walking into that. I just love that for him. I do. Yes, fantastic. All right, y'all, I'm gonna put this picture up. Now, this is Dr. Dave Hansen with Harry. I think this was probably 2016. Yes. Yeah, I think that was him. Look at him. Amazing. This man gave everything. Charles and them couldn't even give a good look to all the brave men and women of Great Britain in the Invictus Games. What a disgrace. This up. And they can say whatever they want to, but I said this in my last podcast. Ever since Meghan landed on that island over there, that island nation, she has had them in a chokehold. And just like Diana, they always say, well, it's Kate that's like Diana. We want Kate to be like Diana. But in actuality, Meghan is like Diana. And how is she like Diana? Diana changed that monarchy forever. She changed the way they raised their children. She changed everything. And when Meghan landed on that island nation over there and put it in a chokehold that it is still in a chokehold today, she changed them. And right here, I'm going to put it up, is the proof. Those folks never hugged anybody until Meghan came along. They were the stiffest people, and they still are. You can tell it does not come by nature. It's not a natural thing for them. I was reading the excerpts from that Tom Quinn book, and they talked about this. These people are so rigid and stiff, and how William and Kate recoiled when Meghan would try to show them some affection, just like a normal person. And look at this. Ever since Meghan absolutely came to that salty island over there, they've been hugging ever since. Look at Kate. Kate cannot stop hugging anybody and just has taken on all of Meghan's mannerism. She hadn't taken any lesson to improve her speech. She hadn't taken any of that to improve her diction at all, but she definitely has been sitting in some dark room somewhere and studying Meghan like she's studying for a biology test because she has taken on all of Meghan's mannerisms. And we all know how she cosplays her dressing style and her hairdos. I'm just saying. But look, this is how Meghan has changed those folks over there. She has changed them forever and continue to change them. She has them in a chokehold. I have never saw people who constantly talk about Meghan on I can't remember what panel it was. It was one of those breakfast shows over there. Camilla Tominey had on a white shirt, and she could not wait to say that she had on a white shirt like Meghan. This is how much of a chokehold that Meghan has over those folks. They hate her because they want to be her. I'm just saying. All right, y'all, I'm going to put this up. And this particular squatty said this: Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, haters and trolls are the best source of promotion for any business venture she takes on. Remember that. While they're out here wilding out and acting crazy and making up lies, at the end of the day, you know, Meghan is getting free publicity. Don't forget that. And that is the reason why we can't let just those voices be heard, the Derangers' voices to be heard. Because, yes, she's getting free publicity, but we always got to understand the importance of the pushback. Yes, we do. And I love this. And it says, like her marketing budget line must be $0 because y'all do it for free. They do. They be doing it. And we be all up in their behinds, absolutely showing them the receipts. But they do the hard work for Meghan. They do. And it says, how can a logo and a name cause so much commotion in under 24 hours? Wow. Pretty wild. I'm just saying. All right, y'all, I'm going to put this one up. And it says the British PR machine couldn't take down Meghan Markle. At some point, they may need to accept defeat. Where is the lie? They absolutely cannot get to the last stage of grief, which will be acceptance. They have lost. She has won. Get over it. Because at the end of the day, Meghan is unbroken. She is. All the ones that have come before her that they have been able to break, they really had confidence in the fact that they were going to be able to break her. But at the end of the day, Meghan, she remains undefeated and unbroken. They might as well accept that and move on. All right, and this squatter came up under that and said this: they continue to overplay their hand and look psychotic. Where is the lie? Because this last thing, going out and finding this obscure little town in Spain, trying to hype that up, it is the most ridiculous thing. Do they not see how desperate and pathetic that looked? The fail. We all saw how they did African parks, went out there and created a controversy that was not there. I mean, they have thrown everything at this couple, including the kitchen sinks. And that's why I cannot wait till next year if God bless me and keeps me so I can see what's going to end up in this lawsuit that Harry is having with the mail. I hope he takes them for everything because Lord Nappyhead has been the spearhead of this smear campaign against Harry and Meghan. And all I can say is I cannot wait to see his comeuppance. And this squatty goes on to say even some of the world's biggest media publications are not following the toxic British press's leads anymore when it comes to Meghan. Y'all remember they used to print stuff and then it would bleed over into the mainstream media, sometimes seeping over here? That has stopped. It's not even happening anymore. They're out there yelling. They like an old man yelling at the moon. Nobody cares. And you think they're crazy. I'm just saying. All right, y'all, this is the last one, and I absolutely love it. It says, it's talking about Meghan, and it says, unbothered. You're warmly invited as ever. Coming spring 2025. I love how she ignores the bullshit and keeps moving forward. Meghan Markle's new brand, as ever, will launch in spring 2025. I cannot wait. And this particular squatter added, stay mad, die mad about it, salty biatches. And that's the way I say it. They are some salty biatches. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.